Welcome to the Instructor Performance Evaluation System session. We'll walk you through what you as the university instructor can expect during a walkthrough or observation. We'll go over why these visits happen, what the process looks like, and what information is being collected. By the end, you'll feel confident about what is expected of you and how this process supports your growth. We value your time and appreciate your active participation during this module. Here are a few suggested learning norms to make the most of your time. If possible, work in an environment with as few distractions as possible so you can engage and reflect. Take notes and jot down ideas and questions as needed. Lastly, use this time wisely to ensure your professional learning with university instructors is productive. Our agenda for today's session will start with a quick welcome and purpose, so you understand why walkthroughs and observations are a part of our work at university instructors. Then I'll explain about what walkthroughs and observations are and the differences between them so there are no surprises when they happen. Next, we'll go over the observation form itself, what gets recorded, why it matters, and the professional expectations that are documented. We'll also spend time discussing the 8 domains observers are looking for when they visit your classroom, including instructional practices, student engagement, and your overall learning environment. From there, I'll walk you through the process step by step, what to expect during a visit, what happens afterwards, and how you will receive feedback. Finally, I will share tips for success so you can make the most of the process, followed by a section on common myths and truths to clear up any misunderstandings. By the end of the session, you will be able to understand the purpose of walkthroughs and observations, learn what observers focus on across the 8 domains, review the information gathered on the observation form, recognize how feedback is used to guide and support growth, and finally, explore strategies to make the most of the evaluation process. Before we dive into today's session, let's talk about the why behind instructor walkthroughs and observations. The goal of these visits is to improve instructor practice in ways that positively impact student achievement. The walkthrough and observation process are designed to support your success, not to catch you off guard. What you do every day as an instructor can and will make a lasting impact on student learning. The purpose of this session is to give you clarity and confidence in the important role you play in schools. These visits are about continuous improvements. They give us a chance to see what's going well, where extra support or resources might help, and how we can best support you in your work. They also help us gather useful information to strengthen how our program is put into practice in partner schools and districts. Walkthroughs are typically shorter visits, while observations are longer and more detailed. During either type of visit, you might see different observers present from your district or school, members of the program management team, such as the program manager or program director, and members of the UI instructional team, including our Chief Academic Officer and Academic Specialist. Regardless of the length or who is present, the goal is the same: to get an authentic picture of how the program model is being implemented and how you are supporting teaching and learning in the classroom. I'll outline each step in the walkthrough process so there are no surprises. You'll know who's coming and what we're looking for and how it flows. The form itself is straightforward, but every section matters. Are you where your schedule says you should be? Are you working with the students you are progress monitoring? Are you dressed professionally to represent both yourself and UI? This form serves as our official record of the visit and ensures we meet all reporting requirements as part of UI's program oversight. These are basic professionalism checks. Are you signed in for the day? Are you in the right place according to your schedule? Are you on time, dressed appropriately, and fulfilling your assigned role? While the dress code may be relaxed on certain occasions at your school site, those are exceptions rather than the rule. Remember, you're not only representing yourself as a professional, but also representing university instructors in the classroom. We work with a variety of instructors, and each role has its own focus. Independent instructors either lead their own classes or work alongside district staff. General education pathway instructors deliver content aligned with the core curriculum. Special education pathway instructors support students with specialized learning needs and accommodations. Professionalism applies across all of these roles, but the responsibilities may look a little different depending on your assignment. When we come in for a walkthrough, which is a short visit, or a formal observation, which is a longer visit, the goal is the same: to support and improve your instructional practice. During the visit, we will also record the grade level and content area you are teaching to ensure accurate documentation across all classrooms. Observers will also look at how engaged students are during the lesson. High engagement means nearly all students are actively participating and on task. Medium engagement shows that most are engaged, but some may not be. Low engagement is when less than 3/4 of the class is actively involved. Observers will also note what they see. For example, if students are working together, asking questions, or distracted. After professional expectations are checked, the observer will focus on key teaching and learning areas in your classroom. These include student engagement, clear instruction, and equitable practices. Observing these domains allows the observer to provide consistent feedback and support reflection on instructional practices. Before we move on to the next section, let's take a moment to reflect. How can I make my lesson objectives and student learning goals visible to an observer? What specific practices or routines do I expect to be noticed during a walkthrough? Pause the video to jot down your thoughts. Now let's take a look at the 8 domains used during observations and how each one is rated. This will help you understand what observers are looking for, how feedback is shared, and how the ratings are meant to support both your growth as an instructor and your students' learning. These are the 8 domains that will be evaluated during observations. Each domain gives us insight into different aspects of teaching practice, from planning and instruction to creating an equitable learning environment. Each one will be rated individually to provide clear, actionable feedback. The 8 domains are professional knowledge, instructional planning, instructional delivery, assessment of and for student learning, learning environment, culturally responsive teaching and equitable practices, professionalism, and student academic progress. When observing this domain, the observer is looking at how well you know the curriculum and your subject area. They want to see that your teaching reflects an understanding of how students learn and grow, and that you use best practices while keeping students' social and emotional needs in mind. It's about knowing your content and understanding your students. In this domain, observers are looking at how you plan and prepare. They want to see lessons that align with standards and learning goals, show that you've used student data to guide your planning, and include ways to meet the needs of all learners. Lesson plans should be readily available and well organized, demonstrating thoughtful preparation. Effective planning should lead to instruction that is purposeful and engaging. Instructional delivery focuses on how teaching and learning happen in the classroom. Observers will look for clear communication of learning goals, active student engagement, and a range of teaching strategies to help students understand content. The goal is to see effective teaching that supports learning for all students. Here, observers focus on how you check for and respond to student learning. Observers will look at how you use questioning to gauge student understanding during lessons and guide learning in the moment. Strong assessment practices, both formal, summative, and informal, formative, along with effective questioning, help ensure students are progressing and receiving the support they need. Timely and specific feedback is also essential, as it helps students understand their strengths and areas for growth, and allows you to adjust instruction to better meet their learning needs. No productive teaching or learning can happen without a safe, supportive classroom. Observers will pay attention to how you motivate and engage students, the expectations you set for participation, and how you use social, emotional, and behavior strategies to keep students on task. They'll also note the level of rigor and whether instructional time is used with few disruptions. Meeting students where they are and valuing their experiences is part of creating an inclusive classroom. In this domain, observers look for teaching that reflects students' diverse backgrounds and for practices that are culturally and linguistically responsive. They will notice how you set high expectations, connect learning to students' backgrounds, and how this is shown in your lesson planning, classroom setup, and student interactions. Consider this. During a read aloud, you might choose a book that reflects the cultures or experiences of your students. After reading, you could invite them to share something from their own lives, like a favorite food, a family tradition, or a special celebration. Bridging academic content to students' lived experiences not only deepens understanding, but also fosters a sense of belonging and purpose in the classroom. This domain is all about professional behavior. Observers are looking at how you act, communicate clearly with colleagues, students, and families, and work well with your peers. They also look for ways you continue to grow professionally and contribute to a positive school culture. Strong professionalism helps you be an effective instructor and supports student success. This final domain examines the outcomes of your instruction. Observers look for evidence of student progress over time, how you monitor that growth, and whether you adjust instruction to help all students move forward. So when visiting your classroom, observers will review student work, listen to how you check for understanding, and observe how you respond to student questioning and performance in the moment. This feedback is typically shared during post-observation conferences or written reports. The focus is on results and ensuring students achieve or exceed learning goals. Now that you know what we will be looking for during the observation or walkthrough, let us discuss what's happening during the visit. Take a deep breath. Don't worry about performing for the observer. The goal isn't perfection. The observation is simply a chance to see your classroom in action. Highlight what's working well, notice areas where support could help. We'll be looking at how you support teaching and learning across the 8 domains we talked about earlier. These domains fit together to give a clear picture of instruction in line with UI's program model. At the heart of it all is making sure every student every day has access to engaging, high quality, and equitable learning. Now, you may be thinking, what happens after after the visit. After the visit, the information collected will be shared with you and key members of the program management team. Think of the feedback as a tool for growth. Even small adjustments can make a big difference in supporting student learning. After all, teacher growth directly impacts student growth, and student academic achievement is the ultimate goal. When each domain is observed, the observer looks for specific key practices or what we call look-fors or requirements for that domain. If a domain is rated ineffective, it means the key expectations aren't being met, and immediate support will be provided. Approaching effective means some expectations are met, but not consistently, so targeted support will help strengthen practice. Effective means the key expectations for the domain are consistently met. Highly effective goes beyond this, demonstrating both consistency and enriched practice, showing deep expertise in instruction, pedagogy, and supporting student learning. These ratings are designed to give constructive feedback, celebrate strengths, and identify opportunities for growth, so you have the support needed to succeed in your role. As we mentioned at the start of the session, your success as an instructor is the success of the entire UI organization. What observers take away from your visit helps the program management and instructional teams determine the supports that may be needed, including onboarding, professional development offerings, and other resources. Many instructors also find feedback from classroom visits motivating because it provides timely, accurate, and actionable suggestions to help improve teaching and learning. We've covered a lot of content in this section, so let's pause for a moment. Because we discussed the eight domains, take some time to reflect upon the following questions to make sure you're prepared for an observer to enter the room and focus on those domains. How do I ensure students are actively engaged in learning? How do I monitor student progress during a lesson? How do I demonstrate a deep understanding of my subject and pedagogy? Pause the video to reflect. During a walkthrough or observation, regardless of whether the observer is a district staff member, a UI program management team member, or someone from the UI instructional team, their role is the same: to observe and provide support that helps you succeed in the classroom. There are a few easy things you can do to ensure the process is smooth and beneficial for you and ultimately your students. You will not receive advance notice of a walkthrough or observation, so it's best to always be prepared. As the saying goes, you don't have to get ready if you stay ready. Make sure your materials are prepared for instruction. Engage with students in developmentally appropriate ways, and maintain a positive and safe learning environment. Being consistently prepared not only improves your confidence, but ensures students have the best learning experience. Let's set the record straight. As I mentioned at the start of the session, walkthroughs and observations are designed to support your success, not to catch you off guard or punish you. Approach them with confidence and ease. This process is meant to help you grow, reflect on your teaching, and ensure that we are implementing the program model with fidelity for our customers. Take a moment to reflect on the session. Think about what parts of the walkthrough and observation process were new or clarified for you. How can you apply this understanding to feel more confident and prepared in your classroom for future visits? Consider any strategies or routines you might put in place to stay ready and ensure your teaching aligns with the program model. This reflection is for your own personal growth and planning. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to a member of the program management team. As we wrap up, remember that instructor performance evaluations are not just about accountability. They are opportunities for growth. They provide valuable feedback that helps us reflect on our strengths, identify areas for improvement, and enhance the overall learning experience for students. When we approach evaluations with an open mindset, they become a tool for professional learning, collaboration, and continuous improvement. Ultimately, the goal is not perfection, but progress, creating an environment where both educators and students can thrive. Thank you for your engagement and commitment to professional excellence. We look forward to your professional growth with university instructors.